guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and today welcome to my game week 3 predictions of the Premier League. We are 3 weeks into the new season. The season is well underway now, so yeah, make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and let's get into this video. Okay then, so let's get into this video then, and the first game comes from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's the lunchtime kickoff. I'm going to this game tomorrow. It is Tottenham Hotspur against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now Spurs, the last game for us, my God, was a feisty Battle of the Bridge 2.0, a 2-2 draw against Chelsea, and it was a really good game, to be honest. I don't think we played that well in my opinion, but you can clearly tell with this team, we are a team, when we are losing, we do not drop our heads, we do not give up. And I think that's what we saw against Chelsea. When we were 1-0 down, we tried to find an equaliser, which we did. When Reece James scored, we kept on trying to find an equaliser, and we got it from Kane in the dying seconds of the game. But yeah, looking at Wolves though, a 0-0 draw against Fulham. They were quite lucky, to be honest. Fulham nearly went to win the game. Mitrovic missed a penalty, which was saved by Jose Sarr. Wolves are yet to win a game this season. They lost the first game of the season away at Leeds. They drew to Fulham. It's not really going great so far at Wolves. I'm looking at the next few games. They've got 2 tough games against Tottenham and Newcastle. So it'll be really tough for Wolves. And my prediction, I'm going to say Tottenham 3, Wolves 1. Knowing us, we will probably concede. Probably we will concede first, but I think we'll come back and win anyway. I'm going to say 3-1 to Tottenham. Okay, then so the next game comes from Selhurst Park. It is Crystal Palace against Aston Villa. Now, to be honest, I think this game could be a decent game at Selhurst Park. Aston Villa with a 2-1 win last week against Everton. Crystal Palace drawing 1-1 against Liverpool. And to be fair, Palace have had a really tough start against Arsenal and Liverpool. But I think going to Anfield and drawing is a really good result for Crystal Palace. I think that is some positivity coming into this game tomorrow at Selhurst Park. To be honest, Villa, they got one big player is out, I think, for the whole season. Diego Carlos is out, I think, for the whole season, which is a big loss for Aston Villa Football Club in the defence. So I think it might have to be, I don't really know, to be honest. Maybe Chambers will have to come in. I'm not sure. And to be honest, I think that is an advantage for Palace. I'm not saying Chambers is bad, but Palace, I think they just look really good. And one player who looks brilliant, to be honest, for me, there's a lot, but I think Eze and Zaha look really good in my opinion. Anderson, he looks alright. I think so does Guehi as well. I think this will be quite a scrappy game. Villa's attack is alright as well. Ings, Watkins, Coutinho. I watched the game against Everton. Villa were alright. The game wasn't the best in my opinion, but yeah, prediction, I'm going to say 2-1 Palace. And I think the Eagles are going to get the dub. Okay, then so the next game comes from Goodison Park. It is Everton against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest getting their first Premier League victory of the season at home to West Ham. Everton are yet to even score a point, as Everton, they did lose away at Villa Park. They've lost both of their games so far. They've conceded 3 and they've only scored 1. To be honest, I think this could be a really good game in my opinion. I think it could be a scrappy game as well. Everton, the problem, the situation, I think the main problem at Everton is just up front. Obviously, Richarlison's gone, DCL's injured, and they don't really have anyone to play up front. I think normally it's Anthony Gordon, but he said he wants to leave Everton, so I don't really know who at Everton really going to play up front, to be honest. Forest, though, they are doing madness. I think they've nearly signed 16 players in this transfer window. To be honest, I think this will be a really tough game. I think it'll be a close game. Like I said, chances for both sides. But my prediction, I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win for Forest. I think Forest are going to pick up a win. Their first away win of the season as well. But But yeah, anyway, the next game comes from Craven Cottage. It is a West London derby as Fulham take on Brentford at Craven Cottage. Now, last time these two played each other in the Premier League, well, I don't think they ever have. I think this is the first time Fulham and Brentford have actually played each other in the Premier League. But last time they met competitively was in the Championship playoff. Well, last time they met was in the FA Cup. It was 3-0 Brentford. But last time they fully met in a league game was the Championship playoff final where Fulham won 2-1. And to be honest, Fulham have started brilliantly. You know, I think a draw against Liverpool was a fantastic result for Fulham. They could have won against Wolves, but Mitrovic obviously missed that pen. To be honest, Brentford have started brilliant as well. You know, 2-0 down at Leicester on the opening day. They came back to draw 2-2. And they battered Manchester United 4-0. To be honest, this will be a really good game in my opinion. Fulham and Brentford, two teams that are performing really well. But I think Fulham are going to lose. I think Fulham will give it all they got, but Brentford, they do look really good. I think De Silva, he looks really good at the minute. Prediction, I'm going to say Fulham 1, Brentford 3. I'm going to say a 3-1 away win for Brentford. Okay, and then the next game comes from the King Power Stadium. It is Leicester against Southampton. Two sides that are they're mare in my opinion. Southampton last game 2-2 draw against Leeds. Leicester a 4-2 loss at Arsenal. But to be honest, I think fair play to Leicester. They kind of got a comeback, but the fourth goal from Arsenal, which was from Martinelli, I think just got the dub for Arsenal. Southampton though, same with them. 2-0 down against Leeds. They came back to draw 2-2. So fair play to Southampton. I think this game won't be the best in my opinion. Leicester, in my opinion, Leicester are just boring. I think Southampton are a bit boring as well. To be honest, I think this is not a game to look forward to. Watch me be wrong. Watch it be like 3-3 or something. But for me, I'm going 0-0. I just don't think it'll be an excitable game. I'm saying 0-0. Okay, then now we move on to the 5:30 kickoff. It is Bournemouth against Arsenal. Now, Bournemouth, obviously their last game, Bournemouth was a 4-0 defeat at Man City. Obviously, that's not that surprising. Well, sorry, it's not really that surprising because, City will obviously beat Bournemouth. But Arsenal, though, 4-2 win against Leicester, sorry. And Arsenal, they are yet to lose. They've won every pre-season game and they've won their 2 opening games. Who is going to stop Arsenal right now? Because, they've won all their pre-season games. They've won their first 2 league games. They look unstoppable. But can Bournemouth do it? I'm not sure, to be honest. Obviously, last time they were at home, they beat Villa. And Villa looked decent. At City, though, against City, I didn't watch the game, so I can't really comment on much. But what I think on the Villa game, Bournemouth looked good. They looked really good. Well, I did a Soccer Saturday on Twitch with Cody last week, and Bournemouth created some chances. But to be honest, a few people are saying Bournemouth could shock Arsenal. I don't think that's going to happen at all. For me, I'm going to say a 3-0 away win for Arsenal. I think Jesus, 2 goals for Jesus and Martinelli, in my opinion. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised if Saka scores either. But yeah, 3-0 to Arsenal. Okay, but now we move on to Super Sunday. It is Leeds United against Chelsea. Now I'm thinking, the FA have actually come out and said, the FA, obviously due to the massive scrap between Thomas Tuchel and Antonio Conte at Stamford Bridge, Tuchel has been fined by the FA and he's got a 1-game touchline ban, so he will not be in. Well, Conte hasn't got a touchline ban, which I'm glad about, to be honest. But yeah, Thomas Tuchel has got a touchline ban, and that means he will not be in the dugout at Ellen Road on Sunday. I don't know who'll be in the dugout, to be honest. It probably will be Chelsea's assistant manager. I don't know who that is. You know, but let's find out now. Hold on. Chelsea assistant manager. Well, it's not Thomas Tuchel, is it? Who is Chelsea? Yeah, I don't even know who will be with assistant. Yeah. So it looks like Chelsea's assistant manager is Arno Mikkels. So it looks like he might have to be the manager on Sunday. And to be honest, that is kind of an advantage for Leeds, to be honest, because they have a manager. Chelsea's manager is an assistant manager, but he doesn't have much experience being number one. That guy's number two, so that could be an advantage for Leeds, to be honest. I watched Fogden's video earlier. Ben Foster predicted a 1-0 win for Leeds. And to be honest, I really won't be surprised if that happens, to be honest. Because Leeds, you know, they got their boss, they got Jesse Marsh in the dugout, they got their main boss, and Chelsea don't. Tuchel's going to be in the stands. He'll probably, like, I don't know, he'll probably be in the dressing room and stuff before he has to go up to the stands or something. I don't know if that's allowed. But to be honest, Leeds, I think this could be Leeds could get something. To be honest, I reckon they could get a point, even though they could even win. But for me, I think Chelsea are going to narrowly win 2-1. I think Leeds will give it all they got, but Chelsea, I think they're going to narrowly win 2-1. Okay, but now there is another 2 o'clock kickoff. It comes from the London Stadium. It's West Ham against Brighton. Now, funny enough, West Ham actually played yesterday in the Europa Conference League playoff first leg, where they beat the Danish side in Viborg 3-1. And Gianluca Scamacca scoring his first goal, and there was an assist from another new signing in Maxwell Cornet, the 2 new signings combining. But to be honest, I really want to see Scamacca start in the Premier League. Premier League did okay at Sassuolo last season in Italy. I want him to come into the team, start on Sunday, see how he gets on. Brighton, though, they look really good at the minute. You know, I have watched Brighton's 2 opening league games, the win at Manchester United and the draw against Newcastle. We'll start with the game at Old Trafford. Brighton were just amazing. Against Newcastle, there's only one man, Nick Pope. Nick Pope, he was just absolutely brilliant for Newcastle, to be honest. Brighton had so many chances, but literally everyone was tweeting Nick Pope, Nick Pope, Nick Pope, Nick Pope. He was just a beast in that game against Brighton. But Brighton, I reckon they could go to West Ham and beat them. And to be honest, I think they will go to West Ham and win. My prediction is West Ham 1, Brighton 2, 2-1 to Brighton. Come on, you Seagulls, because you know I'm a Spurs fan and I hate West Ham. But yeah, anyway, the next game, it's the 4:30 kickoff. Newcastle against Manchester City. Now, Newcastle, I just said a minute ago, Nick Pope, what a performance he had on the weekend against Brighton. He was absolutely sensational. He was saving absolutely everything. It was like Manuel Neuer in his prime, to be honest. He was saving it. David De Gea in his prime. He was saving everything. And yeah, if he does that against Man City, Newcastle could beat them, you know. Newcastle, though, to be honest, I think this is kind of a test for Newcastle, you know, with the players they've got. Botman, Trips, Guimaraes, Pope. I don't know who else they've signed, to be honest. Callum Wilson. No, not Callum Wilson. He signed ages ago. But yeah, City, you know, a win against Bournemouth, you know, fair enough. Obviously, Haaland didn't really perform against Bournemouth. Didn't really do a lot. I think this could be a tough game for Haaland. Newcastle are a good team, to be honest. I think it'll be hard for Haaland to get through that Newcastle defence. But yeah, I think City will win anyway. In my opinion, I don't think Haaland's going to score, but I think City are going to win 3-1. Newcastle 1, the champions 3, 3-1 to the champs. Okay, then we now move on to the Monday Night Football. God knows why this is on a Monday, but it's the big game. It's Manchester United against Liverpool. It's the biggest game of the week. It's the biggest game of this game week. And yeah, Manchester United, absolute disgrace. Liverpool, they're not the best at the minute. And this is a fun fact. You may have already know this, but a Zach Tominski fact. Right, sorry about that, guys. It is working on my iPad for some reason in the United game. Anyway, as I was saying, Erik ten Hag is the first manager in 100 years for Manchester United lost the first 2 league games. But anyway, I've got to go get my haircut now, so I'm just going to make this quick. My prediction, I'm going to go Manchester United 1, Liverpool 3. I think Man United will score, but Liverpool are going to win. Anyway, make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Adios.